I love some good architecture signage. Welcome to the channel. I am Matt the Lizard, your guide in this adventure and exploration. Today, we're at Camp Helen State Park in beautiful Panama City Beach, Florida, almost on the edge of the county line. Keep both hands inside the video until it comes to a complete stop. You're gonna wanna watch this one all the way to the end. And don't forget to subscribe. I mean, after all, what I do to you. Hit the subscribe button. All right, let's go. Okay, directly here in the parking area, you can see they do have spots for about maybe 3 dozen cars. Down that way is a little kayak launch, but they have an interpretive visitor center here. Not sure if they're open. We will check that out. And here's a squirrel. Lots of signs. Don't feed him. Little panhandlers. You can see over here that the park closes at sundown, but it opens at 8 a.m. I'll let you pause it if you want to read it. But it basically says that the first hotel was built here in the 1920s, so we're looking at 100 years worth of it. Their heyday was up until 1987 as a recreation camp for one of the Avondale Mills in Alabama. They came here, and you can kind of see some of the old cottage buildings, which are very cool. And this here is the main lodge building, which I think the original founder of the park, this was their private residence. Out of bounds for most of the residents here, but did serve as a beautiful property. And you can see it overlooks Lake Powell. And there is a little fishing dock down there. Waterfront. And right across the way, going that way, you can see where I filmed Pinnacle Port. It's right across the water there. That's US 98, Pinnacle Port, and Caroline Beach over there across Lake Powell. Beautiful log cabin structure. And right down here they have stand-up paddleboard rentals, which is kind of cool. Not something I think I'm suited for, but still kind of fun. Look pretty steep coming down here, but it's not too bad. And there is signage warning you of alligators present. No swimming allowed. But there's a little launch there. That's kind of cool. And a shower. Beautiful here. Nice quiet spot. Cool little gazebo with some rocking chairs. And we'll get some heritage oaks here with the Spanish moss. Nobody can decorate like nature can. Makes it very shady here. I think we're gonna go up and check out the lodge real quick. Now, I have been inside here before. Once I was given a tour by one of the park rangers here. Good guy, brought me all around inside, saw the residential quarters upstairs. And I think I've been here for maybe a couple of special events. Maybe we could shoot some video through the window and kind of see what it looks like inside. Not very big, lots of exposed wood beams. Neat place. Big, nice wraparound porch as a supplement to the lack of air conditioning probably had back in the day. I love it. This building is just awesome. I'm glad it's been preserved like this. And there's an outbuilding there. Probably storage of some kind. We'll go around the back side here. Cool water tower. Or maybe it's a fire spotter tower. That's neat. Not sure what's in here. Oh, water pipes. It's probably a pump house, yeah. It doesn't say don't climb up there, but it is padlocked, so that's indication enough for me. Pretty tall. We're on the other side of the log cabin. Back side of the fireplace. There's a whole bunch of shells in there. Wonder why. Squirrels? Maybe. Leading away from the main lodge building is this old functional sidewalk. Love these cement pavers. I'm glad they preserved that. That's cool. And there's, you can pause again if you want to read all this about the colorful cottages. They were put in by Margaret Hicks, the original owner of the property. Each cottage had sleeping space for 2 to 4 people. Sleeps 28, right? Bay County style. Screened porches so you could sleep during the summer nights. I'm gonna tell you right now, sleeping out here in the summer, I'm not built for it. I'm not your guy. It's too hot. But I guess if you had ventilation and no bugs, you could live with it. There's some more remnants of that old concrete paver walkway. Man, I think it was built solid that it's still here. Yeah, they probably have no reason to remove it or replace it. And over here in the central area, there was some court sports, like there was a couple of basketball hoops at one time. I want to say there was a shuffleboard court and some other things. That was like your main area for the guests. And we'll take a close-up look at the rainbow cottages. Oh, this one looks like the porch is open. I mean, you're directly across from the water. That is kind of neat. Looks like they have some furniture in there. There's a bed. And I know at times for holidays they do, sometimes they do a Halloween thing here, sometimes they do a Christmas thing here. They will have these opened and they'll have different activities or different decorations in them. Take a look at this one. They're tiny. You can go inside the window and take a look. Kind of rustic. Now, they're probably nice at one time. Not that it's bad. They're just, you know, it'd be primitive to stay in there these days. Bathroom leading to the kitchen. You can see back safe. My wife just told me that this one is actually a better display because you can see that it's furnished. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. What a neat little room. The kitchen, countertop, 2 seats, a little sink. That sink probably did double duty for as a bathroom sink and for a kitchen sink. Oh no, there's a kitchen sink right here. Cool. You kind of see inside. What's funny is you see that 3-pronged towel rack. We sell those where I work, and you will get some old timers that'll come in and they'll be like, I need the towel rack with the 3 prongs. It's so old school, but we do sell them. This was unit number 1. Not sure why the door is blocked off like this. Probably maybe because of safety issues. The deck has been built above the doorway, so it doesn't get used. It's all block construction. And for those of you not in Florida, if you can guess what these are, they are hurricane shutter mounts. So you can come in with your shutters, which might even be as simple as just a sheet of plywood, and you can cover up the windows, keep them from getting broke. There's a pump here. This is where modern meets ancient. There's a check valve. That is required by the city. But then we have a pump here. It's pretty stiff. Oh, it's not a pump. It's hooked up to city water supply. Whoops. Here's another one of the rainbow cottages. Love that old school light fixture. That's neat. I'm gonna cut down between the buildings here. Hey, you're close enough to your neighbors. Yeah, it's all preserved and dry inside. But that first one's the only one that they have any furniture in. Here's the screening. This is more to keep the squirrels and rodents out. Wouldn't do much for the mosquitoes. It's about a half-inch hole. Well, maybe that theory doesn't hold water either, because they could go right in here. Don't know. I guess maybe it originally had a screen door, probably. It's all concrete. And it looks like there was a walkway down to the water at one time. But now, due to safety or erosion concerns, they've made it a no trespassing boundary. I'm just going to take a look over the edge there. That's pretty steep, plus no handrail. So I could see the point. Take a look at the fourth cottage over here. I am glad that the buildings are preserved. It's a part of history. Oh yeah. You could see, looks like a linoleum or something in there. Upgraded wiring on that one outlet though. It's got a 3-prong wire. Didn't expect to see that. Really love this light fixture. That's cool. Yep, and there's the hurricane panels. So I don't know, can you imagine staying here in the heat of the summer? If you're used to a hot climate, it wouldn't be that bad. It'd be pretty nice, especially if it was paid for by the company you're working for. Could be fun. You can see going to the edge of Lake Powell right here. There's a picnic gazebo here. Okay, just heading down this way heads to the Gulf of Mexico, the beach. The sign gives me a helpful notice that it's 0.6 of a mile from this point. So let's see, 0.6 of a mile. A mile is what, about 5,300 feet? I don't know. You do the math. I can't figure it out. I can do it though. Okay, looking here, there's a little service road, I believe, that goes to the park office buildings and stuff, although I don't know, maybe it is a walking trail. And that road goes towards the front of the rainbow cottages and where the paddle boards were. Let's see, no vehicles, foot traffic only, weight limit 3 tons. Cool. And we're on Lake Powell. It's about 60 degrees out. I don't think I've ever really been here when it's super hot. It seems like just the way things work out that I could always come here when it's a little bit chillier. Not that that's cold to some people. But I will tell you that this is brackish water. Partially salt water, partially fresh water. Because all the water drains into this lake from there. And also, in Florida, you gotta always be careful. Anywhere there's natural water or otherwise, there is always a possibility of a presence of an alligator. There's somebody over there. I don't know if that's a stick or an alligator. Can you guys see that? Oh, well, this is nice. They got this little walking mat. They did this on some of the more ADA compliant beach access points. Super easy to walk on. I remember this used to be pretty sandy. You get tired walking down here. You can see another portion of it. Not a place you want to go swimming. Definitely alligators. And oh, here's a heron. Look at him. Beautiful. A couple of them. Well, that's cool. In the pond behind our house, we just had a duck move in, a Muscovy duck. I guess they're native to Central America. They're considered an invasive species, but I like having it out there. You can see through the trees. There's some more of those birds. When the animals stay, it means they're preserving it the right way. I'm not the world's biggest environmentalist, but you do need this. Especially with all the construction here. Animals are starting to have fewer and fewer places to live. So this is good for them. Well, I just gotta say, they're doing a great job here. This is really a great little nature trail. Much better than I remember. Not that I remember it bad. It just seems like there's a little bit more accessibility for the humans, clearly marking the trail. Things like, you know, this bench here. You can sit down. Some cool signage. I think we saw this sign before at one of the other spots. Tell you what to do with the animals. The big one is just leave them alone. And don't litter. Don't leave any of your trash behind. This area is marked off as closed. There could be some nesting birds. I don't know, we're almost to the end of fall, getting close to winter now. So I'm not really sure. There's another bench to sit down. I will say this, I don't usually talk prices. They have an honor box at the entrance to this place. $4 per car. They give you a little envelope, you tear off the tag, hang it on your mirror, put $4 in. You're good, and it's worth it. The upkeep of this, because it is so beautiful here and so natural. One of the things that's interesting to the other YouTubers out there is the second sign I seen that drone use is prohibited. Now, they must have made a reason for the law to be like that, because I know St. Andrews State Park, one of my first videos in this series, they're banned there as well. So they must have a good reason for making that law. The one of you was naughty. And down here is kind of an adventurous trail that heads somewhere, I'm not sure where. Another bench. Oh, and both of the benches are labeled as an Eagle Scout project, so hats off to them. Thanks, guys and gals. Another bird informational sign. You can pause if you want to read that. And as you come off this trail here, little sign so you don't get lost out here. Beach, parking lot. No pets beyond this point. Strange that this whole section here doesn't have any of the footpath padding. I'm not complaining. This is how the whole trail used to be. And there's a big section of it here, and then nothing from there back. I'm sure they have a reason. You can see just cresting above the Gulf of Mexico. It's a yellow flag today. I'm probably not going to go much further down this way. You can kind of see the Gulf of Mexico over there. I have somebody with me today, and I don't think they want to wait around while I walk all the way down there. So I'm going to do a separate video for Phillips Inlet, which is the strip of water that Lake Powell empties into the Gulf of Mexico. I'll go down there and do a video for that. All right, we're going to head back to the main area of Camp Helen. There's an informative sign about the sea turtles. Kind of interesting. You can pause if you want to read that. Do not disturb. That's the main rule. Got to give them a break because we've encroached on their property. Give them a little extra help. Don't make things worse. How about that? For everyone who's got snow this December, you can see we got our snow here too. Sure is cold. Sorry about that, Flex. Caution, mat may be slippery. I think I just found my new tattoo. While we're walking back, I can tell you a paraphrased version of a ghost story that they usually tell here at Halloween time. It has to do with that bridge over there, US 98. It was a wooden trestle bridge originally because there was no way around. Not much of a way through without a bridge or, you know, maybe a boat. So they had installed an automotive bridge here in the 20s. There were a family who was staying in the lodge. One of their children reportedly went out to swim at night, was never seen again. So that's just definitely tragic. Could be wildlife, could have been somebody else. Well, apparently on the shores right here, right where I'm walking, the moon is full. You'll see a ghost of a little boy here. Now, if anyone knows the complete story to that, even the folklore version, or if you have the actual version, I would definitely be interested in hearing it. And the park ranger that gave me the tour of the lodge, he's since retired. Super nice guy. I don't want to mention him by name without asking him. Let's just call him Jay. Just the letter J. He gave me a full tour of the lodge. And he also worked at Eden Gardens, which is not far from here and is also part of the Florida State Park system. Another very cool place to go. There's a mansion there built by a lumber baron because, you know, we had so much lumber industry here. That old growth southern yellow pine, turpentining off the pine trees. And the house, mansion, was actually featured prominently in the movie Frogs. B-grade horror film. They shot a bunch of the scenes, not here where I'm at in Camp Helen that I'm aware of, but maybe a few miles that way.
Follow that frog!
Kind of cheesy, but I like cheesy movies.
Not sure what this is. Probably a weather station. Solar powered. Florida Atlantic University research. So that's cool. Just looking down in the water, see if you can see any critters. It's pretty clear over here. I've seen fish, turtles that time, but I will say definitely not a place you want to go swimming. Definitely not. It was beautiful. I can hear a little bit of road noise here, but this is important to be preserved. That's cool. They have a place to where they put bags. You can donate your plastic bags here. Take a bag if you need to. Pick up any trash you find.
I'm a firm believer. If you don't create a mess and you pick up at least one piece of trash while you're out here, we're getting to the common goal of having the world nice and clean. Especially here. You don't want the trash to get in the water with the animals.
All right, here's a coronary hill, as they called it when I went to Boy Scout camp. Very similar arrangement as this. Over here they have another picnic area. Little grill for you.
So definitely a nice place to spend the afternoon.
Okay, over there is the rainbow cottages. Over here is these other cottages.
I think they had said these were built in the 60s. You can kind of tell by the design. This one's been converted to restrooms, which is nice.
And a lot of these they were standing open to the elements
for a long time. I seem to remember coming here and there was no windows. So a lot of them have been boarded up just to kind of preserve them. Oh, I love that block wall. If we go down here, you can probably see inside the porch. A little bit bigger than the rainbow cottages.
Yeah, see how rough it is in there? These stood open for a long time. I've actually remembered going inside here. That over there, I forgot what that is, but I've been inside that building too. They've done some kind of interpretive displays, I believe. Yeah, we could go down there. Why not? What I love about it is that glass block. That's cool. Oh, it's actually, you can reserve it. It's a meeting room. Hey, squirrel. I did not feed him. He fed himself. So this is kind of neat. It's an open air. There's a bug screen and harbor cloth on the outside. It's locked up. They have a bunch of Christmas wreaths in here. And the ghost of a dog barking. So that's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind having my birthday party in there. Just don't fall asleep if you send clowns. All right. I'll go back up the sidewalk here to the back side. Now, I will show you this building was the old mess hall, or a portion of it. That one got really in bad shape. But this actually was next to it, I believe, yes. And it got to be in such bad shape that it was hazardous, and they couldn't repair it. And I could see preserving the cottages, that makes sense. But preserving the mess hall there, I want to say that it was sitting on those pilings. Like the kitchen was here, mess hall went this way. I want to say 20 years ago it was leaning. And probably not worth spending the money to repair, to have it sit here. It just got to be too bad. But it does have that vibe of an old summer camp, doesn't it? Shout out to Camp Geronimo in Arizona. It felt and looked just like this. Let's see if we can look in the window here. Wow, very rustic. Brick and wood. There's another sign here. Oh, the caretaker's house. Okay. Some of their staff stayed here in the summertime. The only public phone was located outside this house with a vending machine. Yeah, this was the caretaker's house. That was the mess hall. And I think these were just more cottages. You can see behind the bathrooms, there's a little rinse-off station, shower, your feet. Oh, and looks like they're putting some water. If your doggy needs some water, you can drink. There's a little porch back here with some nice rocking chairs. It's so shady. Any relief from that sun would be good. This is inside one of the cottages. Oh, a bunch of storage from Halloween. And looks like a Christmas tree wrapping thing. So they're probably doing Christmas tree sales here, which is good. And I wanted to mention that the organization that takes care of a lot of the stuff here, okay, it's funded by the state, but it's called the Friends of Camp Helen State Park. So if you ever see them online and you think it's a worthy organization, give them a donation. They didn't pay me to say that, but this needs to be preserved. You can see the view of the rainbow cottages from here. These are so cool. I think they got some new roofs on them. But being that they're made out of block, they're going to be here forever, if I have anything to say about it. So I really like it here. Camp Helen is a very cool outing, picnic spot. If you just want to come commune with nature, it's cool. It's not super exciting, but it doesn't need to be. I hear that dog barking. He disagrees, apparently. Some more informative things here. Getting a hold of the park ranger station if you have a problem. They do have beach warning flags here, of course. Double red, stay out of the water. You will get fined. Red flag, high hazard. Yellow medium, green you'll never see. Purple means, oh, they put stinging marine life.
Sting? How is that a sting?
And here they have a little special warning. May 1st to October 31st is sea turtle nesting season. Keep the beaches flat, dark, and clean.
And clean, and clean, and clean.
Somebody left some sunglasses behind. Hope they remember where they left them. And it looks like over here, my wife just pointed out, they're putting together what's known as a pollination patch. So they're gonna put things for the pollinators, which are super important. And these are for sale. Dune sunflowers. Here's the muley grass. I can only guess that they're doing this to raise money for the place, which makes sense. And in the way it's good. All right, you can see there's some dogs here. Pets are welcome in the state park. They have to be leashed. And I forgot what this building was. Being that it matches the style of the cabin, it was an outbuilding for staff, or it could have been for cooking. You know, you want to keep the heat of the kitchen away. I'll take a peek in the window. That's just a one-room thing, but it's neat. I like it. I wouldn't mind having one. Check out that old concrete. Wonder what was here. Maybe it has something to do with the pump house, with the tower, fire tower, I don't know. Okay, down here is what I call the barn. And at Halloween time, they have done some things here we walk through. We have some exhibits in here. Wow, low. I'm not even tall, and that's low. There's some saddles. Cool rustic little thing up top. I can't climb up there, but maybe the camera can see everything that's up there. I guess they probably put on some displays. This is neat. Oh, if I didn't go backwards, I would have saw the sign. Probably tells me everything I need to know. The stable. You can pause that if you want to read everything on there. One extra duty was distributing linens for the cottages and duplexes. Oh, so that one building might have been a laundry. It's possible. Probably needed it. Horses once called the stables home. And then the Hicks family, oh, okay. Cool. Neat little building. And there is another trail that goes down that way called the Oak Canopy Trail. So if you're interested in doing like day hiking, I would say it's not especially hard or challenging here, but the trails are pretty long. So that's good exercise anyway. I like it. This is real Florida to me. You gotta have the beach and palm trees and tourists, but this is Spanish heritage. The same condition that Spain found Florida in. Look just like this. Okay, and then out back here to the parking lot. I do want to check out the visitor center. See what's going on in there. If you want to pause once again, you can see the trails that go around here. Is like Powell. This is where we walked down this way, heading towards the beach. No pets past this point. Mostly because it's a nesting bird area, plus pets are not allowed on the beach. And there's some significant trails here. I didn't know about this one. That's cool. Very cool. Next video, you see where the Phillips Inlet is. I'm here. I walked this far. You can see in here they have the Florida wildlife. Black bear. Those are good. Bobcats. We got one of those in our neighborhood. The Eastern Diamondback. Even the non-taxidermy ones should be do not touch. And coyote. We have those in our neighborhood also.
And out this way, they do have some vending. And there's a little walking trail that goes down towards the cabin. So I will say it's good that they have a lot of ramps for accessibility for people, because that's important. Everybody should have a chance to see this. All right, let's see what else is inside. Oh, that'd be a great band name. Choctahatchee Beach Mouse. They do sell shirts. And these are the guys I was talking about, the Friends of Camp Helen State Park. They do good work. And they have some events coming up. Nature hike on December 5th. History tour on December 7th. That's cool. So that was our mini afternoon trip to Camp Helen State Park. All the cars going by as soon as I start filming, of course. Don't you guys know I'm YouTubing? Well, I had a lot of fun shooting this one. I highly recommend this place. You're looking for the real Florida, and it's very well preserved, very well taken care of, and something that I think is personally very important. I would not want to see this go away. Well, there you have it, and there it is. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate everyone who's viewing. And if you could just hit subscribe down below, that would be super helpful to the channel. The likes, the views, shares, commenting below, all of that helps the channel. Of course, I'm trying not to frame the porta pot behind me. You can see going that way, US 98 headed towards Walton County. We're almost right on the county line. All right, I have merch. I'll put a link in the description. I'm selling Matt the Lizard Beach Access shirts. That helps the channel. And I have cameos. I do cameo video, personalized video for you or your business. So you can click on the links there. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. I do appreciate everything. This has been quite an adventure. I'm gonna see where it goes from here. I did film pretty much all the beach access points that I could find. Well, wait for all these cars to pass. Remember, you are important. The world needs more people like you. Matt the Lizard, out.